Linda has an amazing and very informative presentation and some slides to share about the latest and greatest from Norwegian Cruise Line. And as you all know, we talk about it a lot. Norwegian Cruise Line is one of our preferred partners. I can't say enough that we're happy that we've gotten a lot of the technical challenges behind us, and we're ready to hit it hard and get all of you people cruising on Norwegian.
Thank you so much, Steve. I appreciate it. Good morning, everyone. And I want to extend my sincere thank you for taking the time to join us this morning to learn more about Norwegian Cruise Line. For those of you who may not be familiar with us, we actually have been the innovators in the cruise industry for 56 years. We have introduced a lot of new concepts that everyone takes for granted as part of the cruise experience. Today, we have 18 contemporary new ships, and we have 5 brand new ships on order through 2027. Not only do we have the newest ships in the industry, but all of our ships are either new or they've undergone major refurbishments within the last 5 years. So no matter which ship you choose to sail on with us, you're going to have a very similar, amazing experience. All of the ships have really cutting edge designs designed to provide you with new experiences. And we do have some of the most spacious and modern staterooms in the cruise industry. Steve referenced a video, and we're going to move to that right now.
Pull back the shades on a blue sky, sunny day. Watch all the worries of the world just sail away. No ocean, keep your heart wide open. I'm too busy feeling this free. Hey, 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 come on and celebrate. Hey, 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 it feels so good, go ahead. Hey, 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 don't let a moment slip away. Perfect time, so let's go. Let's go. Open your eyes and free your soul. You picked the perfect time, so let's go. Let's go. Taking a breeze with the magic kind of view. All that you need is right in front of you. So much to see, so much to do. I'm too busy feeling this free. Hey, 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 don't let a moment slip away. Hey, 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 it feels so good, go ahead and open your eyes and free your soul. You picked the perfect time, so let's go, let's go. Let's go.
Thank you. Now, I hope I've piqued your curiosity to learn a bit more about Norwegian Cruise Line. What makes us different from other cruise lines? Well, we have several things that we do, things that only you can experience on Norwegian Cruise Line. In that video, you see a lot of and hear a lot of reference to being free. So in 2000, NCL pioneered the concept of what we call freestyle cruising. It broke the boundaries of an established schedule that you needed to follow while you were on board. We actually give you the freedom and the flexibility to design your perfect vacation on your preferred schedule. Now, we have no assigned dining or entertainment times, and we have no formal dress codes. So we give you the ability to do what you want, when you want, and with whom you want. Our ships do sail to more than 400 destinations on all 7 continents. And when you sail with NCL, not only will you experience superior guest service, but we also offer a wide variety of award-winning dining options, as well as exciting, innovative entertainment. And these are only available when you sail on NCL. Now, Steve did mention a bit about our Free at Sea program. I'm going to go into that in more detail. Free at Sea, when you choose to sail with us, you do receive tremendous exclusive discounts. And as Steve said, you do have a choice of, number one, you can book your stateroom with no extra amenities. This does come at a lower cost, of course. This means your price includes your accommodations, your complimentary restaurants, and your complimentary entertainment. Or you can choose to take advantage of our Free at Sea program. And to be honest, this is our inclusive program. It represents a tremendous value, and you can take advantage of the following amenities. One of the choices that you receive is a free open bar. So you can actually select beverages, alcoholic beverages, up to $15 in value. The real price of this package, if you were to purchase it on a 7-night cruise, would be over $1,400 per person. This is included in your cruise. You also receive free specialty dining. We do have complimentary restaurants, but we have elevated gourmet experiences for you. And the specialty at dining typically has an additional cost, but again, it's free when you choose our Free at Sea program. The number of nights of specialty dining does depend on the length of the cruise, as well as the accommodations that you book. You also receive free Wi-Fi. The number of nights you receive varies depending on the length of the cruise. You also receive a free shore excursion credit, and that is a $50 credit for every shore excursion taken by the first guest in the stateroom. So if you have one passenger, one guest, one of your party is going to take more shore excursions than the other, make sure you book them as the first guest in the cabin. And also, we have a lot of worldwide destinations. This is reason number 2 you should consider choosing Norwegian Cruise Line. As I mentioned, we do cruise to all 7 continents. Here's a map so you can see just a few of the destinations that we do cruise to. Literally, we are all over the world. Reason number 3, and this is one of my favorite topics, to be honest with you, the variety of dining experiences that NCL offers. We purpose-built our ships to offer more restaurant options than any other cruise line. All of our ships have up to 3 complimentary restaurants, and we also feature specialty dining. I do want to talk about our specialty dining. So, as I said, we have up to 3 complimentary restaurants on every ship. They have extensive menus with favorites such as beef Wellington, veal Oscar, salmon, vegetarian options, as well as classic favorites. But we also have our specialty dining. Now, if you choose specialty dining and you don't choose the inclusive package, there is an additional charge for the specialty dining. But again, if you take advantage of the Free at Sea package, you will receive several nights of dining complimentary, again, based on the length of the cruise and the type of stateroom that you book. The longer the cruise and the higher category that you book, of course, the more specialty dining will be included. So if you're a food connoisseur, you've come to the right cruise line. Our specialty restaurants include options such as Le Bistro, which is our gourmet French restaurant, perhaps one of my favorites with its escargot and amazing entree choices there as well. Cagney's is our gourmet steakhouse. Absolutely amazing if you prefer large steaks and gourmet chops and veal. They have amazing truffle French fries. Some of our ships even feature a gourmet seafood restaurant. We have sushi, we have barbecue, and gourmet Italian restaurants. A few of our ships even have a teppanyaki grill. So you can choose a different cuisine every night of your cruise. And NCL has consistently been voted as having the very best entertainment at sea. We do offer everything from comedy shows to live music. We have a Beatles cover band on several of our newer ships. They're absolutely amazing. They portray the Beatles throughout 3 different phases of their careers. We even have live game shows. And on the Norwegian Prima, it is The Price is Right. So we have our contestants come on down to the stage and they actually spin a real Wheel of Fortune and they compete for truly grand prizes. Now, no one beats our entertainment. So here you see a photo of our Choir of Man show, one of my favorite entertainment options on board. It's not on every ship, so if you're interested in that, you can learn more. But this is a group of 9 or so extremely talented performers. They tell their life story through music and dance while they enjoy a pint at their favorite pub. You don't want to miss this show if it's offered on board the ship you're sailing on. So even in this case, if you have a chance, I encourage you to go to YouTube and search for their video. They have incredible voices and are truly unforgettable. If you enjoy Broadway or West End style shows, we've got you covered there as well. Here you see a photo of Six, which is a Broadway musical that tells the story of the 6 wives of Henry VIII. This show will actually help you to remember your British history in an entertaining way. I truly wish they had this while I was in school. I certainly would have remembered much more of the life and times of Henry VIII. This other Broadway shows that we offer on other ships include Jersey Boys, which is the life and times of Frankie Valli in the Four Seasons. Footloose. We have Donna Summer, the musical. We have 3 extremely talented performers that portray her through three different decades of her career. We have the new ship, the Norwegian Viva, which comes out this summer, is going to feature Beetlejuice, which is new to Broadway as well. So no one beats our entertainment. And if you want to just rejuvenate, please visit our Mandara at Sea spas. We have treatment rooms. We have vitality pools. We have salt flotation pools, and even the first charcoal sauna at sea. So we can help you to revitalize your spirit during your cruise. And we have a wide variety of accommodations with truly something for everyone. Here you actually see a photo of one of the staterooms on board our newest ship, the Norwegian Prima. And we also have accommodations such as the Haven. This is our luxury ship within a ship concept. And these are the top categories on our ships. Here you can see, if you want to take a look, just a few of the upgraded services that we do provide for our guests in this exclusive area of the ship. And many of our Haven complexes include their own private swimming pool. So this is a photo of the Haven on board our newest ship, again, the Norwegian Prima. And this is a private infinity swimming pool that is reserved only for our top suite Haven guests. We'll have a similar setup on board the new ship, the Norwegian Prima, that's coming out this summer. And here's a bird's eye view of the Haven complex. On the top 8 decks, you will see staterooms as well as some of the public areas. The large round area at the bottom is deck 8. That's available to all of our guests, and that's where a lot of action takes place. And I'll be talking about that a bit more in just a few minutes. Now, again, the Haven complex is the top 8 decks that you see. Oftentimes, they include a private bar, a restaurant, and a lounge as well. So if you're celebrating a special occasion, maybe it's a special birthday, an anniversary, you're retiring, or you just want to treat yourself, you may want to consider booking these staterooms because they truly do offer an elevated experience on board. Now, it's not all about the Haven, folks. Everyone has a budget. Some are just larger than others, but we do have a variety of accommodations for you and your families. These are photos, again, from our newest ship, the Norwegian Prima. And you can see that we have a variety of accommodations. We have balconies, we have ocean view, we have inside. And here you can see that they are indeed more spacious than typical cruise ship staterooms. Something that is fairly unique to NCL are our studio staterooms. These are staterooms that are designed for our solo travelers. So these are for people who prefer to travel without a roommate. I think you'll agree that all of these staterooms are absolutely beautiful. They're very light, they're very airy, they're very modern. And I like to call this understated elegance. They're just beautifully designed. And even if you're in an inside stateroom, you still feel that you're in a very elevated stateroom. And that is the experience that you receive. Now, all of our ships are designed with wide open spaces, especially our new ships. As I mentioned, we've been the innovators in the industry for 56 years. We do have many outdoor options, and many of our restaurants actually spill over into these outdoor sections. So you do have the ability to dine outdoors. And truthfully, there is nothing more memorable than actually being able to sail away from one of our gorgeous ports, especially in Europe. For example, maybe you're sailing from Santorini or you're sailing away from Malta and you're enjoying a wonderful glass of wine and a gourmet dinner. Some of the bars in the entertainment venues also spill over into this outdoor area. Now, another reason to cruise with NCL, if you like an adrenaline rush, we have activities that are truly designed to get your pulse racing. 3 of our ships have a go-kart racetrack, which you see here. And on our newer ships, the Norwegian Prima and the Norwegian Viva, this go-kart racetrack actually takes up 3 decks on the aft or rear section of the ship. And the longer ones on the Prima and the Viva are almost 1/4 of a mile in length. And a lot of folks say, oh, that's great for the kids. Well, let me tell you, it's not the kids that are enjoying this area. It's those that are young at heart, because you can actually achieve speeds of up to 30 miles an hour. So you can get ready for an action-packed adventure if that's what you like. We also have Galaxy Pavilion, and that's an innovative new concept that only NCL provides. We introduced that on the Norwegian Joy back in 2017. This is essentially a virtual reality gaming center. We have flight simulators. We have a Formula One race car simulator. I actually drove over 200 miles an hour. I was quite impressed. Although I didn't manage to stay on the track the entire time, I didn't crash. So I consider that a huge success. I don't get to drive 200 miles an hour at home. We also have escape rooms. We have 3 different escape rooms on the Norwegian Prima. And if you like to practice your golf game in the Galaxy Pavilion, we do have a Top Golf Swing Suite. And this is the same type of golf simulator that PGA pros use for their practice. We offer indoor bowling, laser tag, and just so many other experiences. So it's really your choice of what you'd like to enjoy. Now, some of these do carry an additional charge. And really, we do that just because we need to limit the demand. Otherwise, we'd have long lines and no one would be happy with the experience. But you can choose to purchase by the ride in the go-kart racetrack, for example. It's $15 per ride at present, so certainly not too expensive for you to enjoy. And of course, I've talked about our award-winning ships. Again, we have 18 innovative contemporary ships. And again, 5 ships on order through 2027. So we have the newest ships in the industry, or they've been completely refurbished within the last 5 years. We also have a loyalty program whereby you earn points for every single cruise you take with us, and you receive additional benefits on board when you achieve different levels. Let's talk about our two newest ships, the Norwegian Prima and the Norwegian Viva. The Norwegian Prima entered service last summer, so she's not even a year old. And her sister ship, and sister ship means that she's basically identical. So they're twins, if you will. The Norwegian Viva is going to enter service this summer. These ships are large. They're 140,000 tons. And typically our competitors would put 4,000, 5,000, up to 6,000 passengers on ships these size. We actually choose to carry 3,200 guests. So we provide more space per guest on board our ships in general. And this is designed so we can provide larger, more spacious staterooms, more deck space, more open deck space per guest, and also just more amenities for our guests. So you have more to do while you're on board. Now I am going to key up a new video because I do want you to see what your cruise experience would be like if you choose to cruise on one of these two new ships.
Introducing Norwegian Prima, the first in a new class of ships. Made for the trailblazers and tastemakers, for first-time seekers and explorers of the spectacular. Made for you. With more wide-open spaces to enjoy the great wide open. Rooms that have more room, and service that puts you first. Be the first to discover a new experience at sea. Norwegian Prima. Coming summer 2022.
Isn't that ship amazing, folks? And again, she will be similar, the Norwegian Viva will be similar to the Norwegian Prima when she comes out this summer. And both Steve and Tatiana have sailed on the Norwegian Prima, so they can share their experience with you as well. Now, one of the innovative features on the Norwegian Prima and the Viva is what we call Ocean Boulevard. It's 44,000 square feet that actually wraps around the entire ship on deck 8. This area is not to be missed. It's just 50 feet above the waterline, so it truly gets you in touch with the sea like no other cruise ship. Here you see a picture of Infinity Beach. We have one of these on either side of the ship. It features an infinity pool, again, on both sides of the ship. And this is a great area for those of you who like a little quieter atmosphere away from the main pool area. This is a great place to enjoy a book, to play a game of cards. We also, as I mentioned before, have some of our bars and lounges that spill over into this area, so you can grab a libation. We also have our deck stewards that come around to offer you beverages, of course, as well. And again, this is where we put that extra square footage, folks, because we're carrying fewer guests, so we have fewer staterooms. But we want you to enjoy this experience outdoors with us. So again, more outdoor space per guest than any other cruise line. So if you enjoy the sea experience, the ocean breezes, you've found the right ships. One thing I do want to talk about for a moment is a new feature that NCL pioneered, a new concept with the Prima in summer of 22. And we refer to this as Indulge Food Hall. Now, don't think food court. Nothing could be further from the truth. This is an area on the ship where we have 11 mini artisanal restaurants where you order food from an iPad. So if you're traveling with several others and you all have different cuisine preferences, this is a great place to go because you can order from Indian food to rotisserie to salads to noodle dishes, which feature Italian. You can get German spätzle, and excuse my pronunciation. I don't do a good job with German language, but there's just so many different types of cuisine in this area. It is complimentary. It's open for breakfast when we do a grab and go. So if you want a breakfast sandwich, you can grab it and head on out to a shore excursion. It is open for lunch and dinner as well, and it is complimentary. And there are even 2 food trucks in this area. So this is something not to be missed on the Norwegian Prima and the Norwegian Viva. I've mentioned that we cruise to more than 400 destinations on all 7 continents. So I'm going to take just a moment to explore some of our European destinations. And so we can talk about why you should choose NCL for your next cruise vacation in Europe. So all of our itineraries are very carefully curated to provide you with the maximum amount of port time and a wide variety of ports. So you actually have an opportunity to experience the culture of the area that you're visiting. Many of our cruises have no sea days or limited sea days. We also, when we do provide sea days on an itinerary, typically they take place on either the first day of the cruise, so that you can get used to any potential time changes and familiarize yourself with the layout of the ship, or they take place typically on the last day of the cruise, just so you can relax before you disembark. Many of our ships provide overnight stays in the more popular ports, so that you can actually go ashore in the evening and experience the nightlife, a local restaurant, or a cafe, if that's something that you like to do. Unfortunately, I don't have time to go into too many of our itineraries, but I do want to mention this one because it is one of my favorites, and I just did this in August of last year. This is offered on board the Norwegian Prima. Again, it's offered this summer, 23, as well as summer of 24. Iceland is an extremely popular itinerary, just in general. We do offer 9, 10, and 11-day cruises between Reykjavik, Iceland, and Southampton. And in Iceland, you can visit the amazing Blue Lagoon. It's a spa with geothermal waters, and it has silica in it. So it's kind of a milky, creamy blue color, kind of a chalky color, but it's a wonderfully refreshing thing to do if you happen to be in Iceland. And it's a great way to relax from this port-intensive itinerary because it does go in both directions. If you choose this itinerary, you may even have a chance to see the Northern Lights. You do have 3 calls in Iceland, 3 ports of call, including Akureyri, and you do visit 3 ports of call in Norway. You visit Amsterdam, where you can purchase amazing cheeses or even visit the floating flower market, and a stop in Belgium, where you shouldn't miss their wonderful chocolates. Or you can take a shore excursion into Bruges if you'd like and explore that historical city. Here you can see another one of my favorite European itineraries. This is a 9-day cruise, but you visit 4 ports. Remember, I said many of our itineraries are very port intensive, and this is a perfect example. So this is a perfect way to experience 3 countries in Europe and in a very short period of time, and you only have to pack and unpack 1 time. Another great itinerary that features a wide variety of ports as well as 3 countries is our 10-day European cruise. You know, I probably should have mentioned that Europe is definitely one of my top 3 places to travel. So be thankful I didn't add more slides, as we actually have 9 ships in Europe this summer sailing between the spring. Actually, they're starting right now until fall, and again in 2024. So if you saw an itinerary you like, we may repeat it in 24. We do British Isles as well, but virtually we visit all of the countries along the coastal areas of Europe. Now, something else that is extremely unique to NCL, moving from Europe, I'd like to talk about our cruises in Hawaii. 5 reasons why should you choose to cruise in Hawaii with NCL? Well, we make it easy, folks. We are the only cruise line that offers 7-night cruises within the Hawaiian Islands that depart every Saturday and are round trip Honolulu. And this is year round. Hawaii, in my opinion, it's arguably one of the most beautiful places in the world. We feature overnight stays in both Maui and Kauai, so you have plenty of time to explore the Hawaiian culture and even the opportunity to take in a Hawaiian luau. And I'm going to show you a very short video so that you can see what your experience in Hawaii would be like. So again, folks, Hawaii is amazing. I've been fortunate enough to have traveled there probably 6 times. And every single time I go there, I always find something new to experience. It's a very diverse area. Each island has its own unique characteristics, history, and culture. So a great place to visit. Here you'll actually see a map of the area. Now, again, on your 7-night cruise on board the Pride of America, you start your cruise in Oahu on the island of Honolulu. You'll visit the Big Island, where we stop in Kona on the west side and on Hilo on the east side. And if you're in Hilo, this is where you're going to have an opportunity to visit Volcanoes National Park. You'll also overnight on board the ship, as I said, in both Maui and Kauai. We offer 100 hours of port time on that 7-night cruise, so you can have time to explore the black sand beaches. You can actually take a helicopter flight over the islands, or you can travel the road to the sleepy town of Hana. Now, Hana isn't really much of a destination, but the thrill of getting there is. The road is actually 64 miles long. It is an adventure. You'll experience about 600 hairpin turns. And also there's 54 bridges, and many of them are so narrow that they permit one-way traffic only. And on the way, you'll pass beautiful scenery, gorgeous waterfalls, and black beaches, the 7 sacred pools. So it's just an amazing experience. The journey is the experience, not necessarily the destination of Hana. And lastly, I'd like to highlight our cruises to Alaska. We have many reasons for you to choose Norwegian Cruise Line for your Alaskan cruise. No matter the destination, regardless of where you are in the world, all of our ships are really designed to let the outside in so that you don't miss any of the spectacular scenery, regardless of where you're traveling. We also have 5 ships sailing in Alaska this summer. They offer a variety of different itineraries. You can see as much or as little of Alaska as you would like. On every itinerary worldwide, we do have the opportunity for you to choose many different shore excursions that are designed basically to immerse yourself in the area that you're visiting. If you want a more immersive experience in many areas, you can visit the home of a local to see and learn a bit more about their culture and how they live in that area. If you want to be active, you can book a sea kayak tour in Alaska. You can visit a dog mushing camp We actually will take you to camps where they train the dogs, the Alaskan dogs, to run in the Iditarod, which is a tremendous race featured in Alaska, very long, very challenging, very dangerous. Or you can go fishing and you can catch your fish that can be packaged for you to take back home. Or in some cases, we'll prepare it for you to enjoy on board the ship. You can go whale watching, you can view brown bears, you can see them fishing for salmon, or you can attend a cooking demonstration if that's what you like to do, or even a motor coach tour if that's more your speed. We really do have something for everyone. Now, here is a map of the Alaskan area. It's actually quite large. Most people don't realize how big Alaska is. We do have 5 ships, as I said, sailing in Alaska. We offer everything from 7-night cruises that go round trip from Seattle to longer cruises that sail one-way cruises between Vancouver, Canada, and Seward, Alaska. These cruises that are northbound or also operate in a southbound direction. So you can do shorter or longer cruises depending on how much time you want to spend in the area. And we even have a cruise that encompasses Alaska and Hawaii. And we call that our Fire and Ice Cruise. That only takes place once a year. So, wow, I feel like we have taken a whirlwind tour of the world in 45 minutes. Now I'd like to turn the presentation over to Steve and Tatiana for any questions.